Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, which means it's time for Scraplift Crafternoon, where a group of my friends and I get together. We find a layout that inspires us, and that would be this one right here by Julia Held, or Healed, Heald, and it's for the CSI Challenge Blogspot. And we scraplift it and try and do it justice. So I have two pictures. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. I'm gonna kind of look through like the word phrases and the different things in this collection. So I decided to use Obed Marshall's Buenos Dias collection. And to say that I love this collection is probably an understatement. That is all I have left of this project pad and a handful of the stickers that are in the sticker book or in the project pad. And then I also have some little bits and pieces of scraps, a lot of branding strips. And I'm going to try and use some scraps for some of that layering. And then I have a 6x8 paper pad. I have 3 pieces on that chipboard. I have about 5 or 6 papers left and some ephemera. And then I got a message from my friend Anna, who owns Peacecraft Love, and she said, I got some Obed Marshall in. I know you love it. Well, I could not order it, so I did. And then I went to Joann's, and looky here, clearance. Can't help it. I love it. So I'm waiting for some great stuff from Peacecraft Love still, and it will finish rounding this collection out for the 3rd time. Not fully the 3rd time, but I have definitely, look at all those ephemera, but I use a lot of them. And I'm definitely glad that I ordered a couple of those. And then I've got my Tim Holtz small talk, because there is some journaling at the bottom. So I've got my papers, my picture, this awesome layout. And so let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was go through the project pad and figure out what I was going to use. I originally thought I would use a beautiful patterned background paper and then use that white, not plaid, but stripy little squares that I first had in the very back. But I didn't really like that. I do want the background to be a light color so that the layers of paper will stand out. So I decided I'm going to use that blue or teal colored paper, which I totally love. And I'm going to use these 2 chipboards right here, and I move them there so that I don't forget, because I'm really bad about that. I'll set that aside and forget to use them. And then I'll only have 1 left on that chipboard piece. And then I pulled that blue paper you see over there to the right, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to cut it down to 11.5 by 11.5, and it is die cuts with a view. I got a bunch of those at Tuesday morning, and so I'm trying to use some of them up. And it really matches this collection very well. Like, the color is pretty dead on. So I go through the 6x8 paper pad, and I'm trying to find the least amount of pink. And I know he's got lots of pink in his collection, and I'm okay with that. But I decided to scrapbook the picture of the boat, which is me, my best friend, and my daughter. And my best friend doesn't like pink, so I try and avoid it as best I can. But sorry, Bree, it's going to be there. I limit it. I will say there's plenty of pink paper I could have brought into this, but I limited it to those little pink cameras. It's about the extent of the pink. So I have picked a couple of different papers. I've got this yellow stripe and then the cameras. And I'm thinking I'm going to use that camera paper as that background paper. She has like looks like some geometrics. But then when I go to try and find kind of a bold background paper to use to map my picture, the only one that really stands out to me that's going to work is this yellow floral, and it's going to disappear into that yellow stripe. So I decided I'm going to move it and put the camera paper on the front and then that yellow paper on the back, so the yellows will not even touch. So I pulled that out of the project pad. I'm down to like 4 sheets of paper in there, girl, you all. That's just pretty darn awesome. And I cut it down to 6.5 by 4.5, so it's kind of a thick border, and map my picture. And then I tucked this little blue piece of scrap in there, because y'all know the rules. I have to use scraps in every layout, whether it's one or the entire page. So I use a blue stripe, and then I'll pull another blue stripe from another piece of scrap in as well. So yay, I have kept with my rules and my guidelines or resolutions, whatever you want to call them. And then I'm just going to put the picture down, and I've moved mine over to the left a little bit more than she has hers, because I didn't want the yellows on top of each other, and I felt like that was a good idea. I probably should have inked that top yellow. Maybe should have inked the bottom yellow, but I love the way it turned out, so I'm all good. I still haven't unpacked everything into my new space, so I'm kind of working with what I've got. And I luckily have plenty when it comes to Obed Marshall. So I'm just going to put those little banner tags up there at the top with two of the colors that are already in the on the page. So while I am going to get some ephemera out and start trying to build these little clusters, let me just say, you all need to please go check out our inspiration, Julia. Her Instagram will be linked below, and I can't remember if she has a YouTube or not, but if she does, that'll also be linked below. I get confused because I'm doing way too many things at once right now. And then also, I would really, really appreciate it and love it if you all would go in the description box and hop along with the other awesome ladies who are creating with the Scraplift Crafternoon. Our fearless leader who began all of this, Kimberly with I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking, is, I think, hopping along with us this week, and Christine Harden with Christine Harden Scrapbooking, and Tara with the Paper Snob. And then I think this week Anna with Peacecraft Love is taking the week off because it is Mix It Up Monday on Monday, and so she had a lot of stuff to get done with that. So hopefully she will be back with us next week for our next Scraplift Crafternoon. And so have really enjoyed these, and we all kind of pick here and there. One week I'll pick, one week, Anna picks, or Tara and Christine and Kimberly. It just depends on the day, and it's just fun to see how some of us pick like super mixed media and some of us pick super simple. And so it's a lot of fun to see the way that we take the exact same thing while we're trying to really stick close to what they do, and how it turns out for each of us. So lots of fun. I don't know if you noticed while I was rambling, where I put that word travel, I was covering a pink flower. You all, I'm a mess. Those other two are orange, by the way. The coloring on this camera, or on, from my phone, because of the lighting and everything. I promise those are orange. So Brie, if you're watching, those are orange. Sorry about the cameras. So I get those on there, and then I am going to use this little container, has my little bits and pieces of foam, and I decided not to use fun foam. I have plenty of it, but I decided to just use regular, this really thin, not half the depth of fun foam, but it's pretty close to that. I mean, it's significantly thinner, and it's because I didn't want too much dimension. I've already got it with the two chipboard pieces, so I decided I wanted it to be a little lower. I do try and add a camera on there. I think I probably cut all that out, but it just didn't look right. I really wanted it on there. It was the acrylic camera. It's so cute, but I ended up just pulling these stars, and I think I've just set them there, but I'm gonna attach them down. I may have already attached them. I can't tell. And then I pull the sticker sheet out, which I have never used. I just got it, and I'm going to use a few stickers off of there. The first thing I pull off is a little yellow word phrase that says celebrate, and I'm going to put that down over there right underneath the luggage, because she has a little word phrase on her, Julia has a little word phrase on her layout. Right about the same place. She's using a car, I'm using luggage, and we're standing in front of a boat. It's all fine and dandy. And then up in the top left corner where the little banners or tags are is a little word phrase that came out of the ephemera that says vacation in Spanish. And I think I know how to say it, but I'm not going to butcher it just in case. And then I pull this word cool off of the sticker sheet. So it says cool memories can be the title. There we go. I'm going to pull the sticky things off the back of the acrylics. I love these. They are so fun and I am so in love with them. I would like to have more because they're so neat. I did order Especial and Fantastico from Obed Marshall. So I am looking forward to getting those in the mail soon. But only one of them had acrylics. I couldn't find the acrylics for the other one, so it's all right. So I found these glasses. They're on the puffy stickers and decided to tuck those in up here behind or with the vacation and the little flower. All three of us are wearing glasses. Not that you have to have a reason to put them on there, but you know, I usually do. And then I take these stars, and I did take a couple of stars off the sticker sheet. And so there are the cluster of stars by the title. And then now I have 2 stars, a puffy and a sticker by the left cluster and a puffy and a sticker in the right cluster. And I don't put a star in the top. So those stars are kind of the bringing you into the picture, which is the whole point. So then I got my Tim Holtz word phrases out, and she has some like a square of journaling that looks maybe typed or something. And so I decided I would just put some word phrases. This is going in our Beach 22 book, so there's not a whole lot of need for journaling on every page. So I just pull some word phrases from the small talk that says, not all who wander are lost. Stay curious, live, create, tell the story, and remember to play, which is super fitting of all 3 of the people in this picture. So I'm just trying to get everything in a way that doesn't look odd. I put that stay curious down way too far over at first, and it looked so weird. And then I tried to put another phrase next to it so that it didn't look so odd, and that looked weirder. Is that a word, weirder? Anyway, so I decided to try and pull it up very carefully and move it over, and that worked for me. So now I'm going to add probably the least amount of mixed media and stuff that I have ever added. So officially it's not even mixed media. And I just take this white linen in shimmer sprays and just tap it out around the cluster in the bottom left, the cluster in the on the right, and the little banners up at the top. So here is the layout from Julia. And I hope you'll go in the description box. Her stuff will be there, and all the ladies who are hopping along, as well as anybody who's not hopping along in our little group. And now, here are the close-ups. Aren't those little glasses so cute? Ah, I love the dimension. And there's those acrylic stars. Love them. I hope you all will go and check out, like I said, the description box. I would love it if you all would leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love that too. And if you have, I really appreciate it. I absolutely love sharing this craft with you all. I love the feedback, and I love all the inspiration that I gain from just being here and watching all these awesome videos. Have a great day and happy scrapping.